Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Friday the 13th edition of the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room Recap. As I say, it is Friday, July the 13th. My name is Barry Anderson, moderator of your trading room. Any questions for me, you can use this email address. This is a link to get into our free room. 100% free. You don't have to be a member of Trade Ideas to be in our free room. This is a subscription link you'll also see in the body of this email. I keep telling you until I guess July the 23rd, we're having our test drive, what we call our test drive. We do it 4 times a year, in which we allow anybody who wants to take a look at our premium service, just as if you were a premium subscriber. For 5 trading days, it'll cost you $8.88. It starts on July the 23rd, but the Friday before, which I guess is July the 20th, give it a couple of hours after the close on Friday. We will give you access to the program so you can play around with it for the week. So again, if you sign up right now, you're pre-registering. Please don't inundate our support people saying, "Well, why don't I have any data?" It really doesn't start till July the 23rd. I open the room at 9 o'clock Eastern Time every day, and that's when I start to share my screen, get live on the mic at about 9:05. I go to 3:30 Monday to Thursday and 3 o'clock on Fridays. Okay, well, let's see. Obviously, the big excitement today was in this BIOC. All right, so now, interesting. I talked about this in the trading room. You did a reverse split right here on this day, so this is the 3rd day of the split. Now, typically why do companies do reverse splits? Typically it's because their stock price is under $1 and they want to regain their NASDAQ listing. So let's just say, for argument's sake, the stock is sitting at 50 cents and they've got 10 million shares outstanding. So they do a reverse split, say a 4-to-1 or say a 5-to-1, make the math easy. So a 5-to-1 meaning they will reduce the number of shares outstanding from 10 to 2 million. And then you multiply the share price from 50 cents times 5, 250. So when you multiply 250 by 2 million shares, it's the same market cap, as 10 by 50, 10 million shares outstanding by 50 cents. But what happens is, in the old days, I always say in the old days, maybe 2 years ago, anytime a company did a reverse split, it usually was the absolute death knell. It's the last thing they're trying to do just to maintain their NASDAQ listing. Usually it has to be over $1. But typically what would happen almost immediately, it would just sell off and it would go almost right back down to where they did the reverse split. What we're seeing over the last, and I don't know if it's last 2 years or year and a half, but a lot of these reverse splits are actually doing this sort of thing. And typically what happens is the company will put out a press release, within a few days or a week of doing the reverse split, just to get the interest. And this is exactly what's happened here. Now this one already had, on this day here, there was no news release, but today they did have a news release. And whether you think it's good or bad, it doesn't really matter. The market's reacting to it. So why I'm telling you all this, I would watch and copy the symbol down. M as in mother, D as in Donald, G as in George, S as in Sam. MDGS is doing a reverse split on Monday. Now, it's typically the bios are the ones you really want to watch because, they can come out with some little news. And I think they're doing a 4-to-1 1-to-4 reverse split on Monday. Now, they're already over $1. I think they're around $1.32 right now. So they'll probably on Monday you'll see that price maybe around 4.40 or so. So watch that one, and especially if they make some kind of a press release or have some kind of a press release soon after. And they don't have very many shares outstanding right now. They only have about 4 million. So this is going to be a very low float situation. So just watch MDGS on Monday going forward. So what did I do with this one? I waited and waited. Get the time frame here, 15-minute chart. So I missed this pop here. I mean, actually, it's funny. I saw this in the pre-market, and I would have taken it, but the spread was about 30, 40 cents. There was no way I was going to chase it like that. Obviously, in retrospect, it wouldn't have mattered. I mean, you get in on a 30 or 40 cent spread at $8, and it goes to a 12. Of course, you're happy. But we don't know what's going to do this. So anyway, even on this one, the spread was tough, and I just couldn't chase it. You'll hear me say in the room many times, don't chase. Well, I don't chase. Okay, I just simply don't chase. For all the ones that keep moving like this, you're going to see 10 that move down like this maybe. So I just don't chase. It's just not the way I'm geared, and it's just simply that's what I do. So what I did do though is I watched this one and I pulled back, and I said in the room, and this is just before I took my break. In fact, I said, well, my trigger is if it could take out the high, basically there's the body of that candle, the body of that candle, and the top of that candle right there. I thought, well, if we get to that high right there, I'll probably take the trade. And that's exactly what happened. I think that's about 1070 or so, 1073. Got into the trade at 1076. Was it 1076? Yeah, 1076. Sold some almost immediately at 1120 right here. Just in was it 1120? This marking is a little higher, but it's really about 1120. Then way up here, I mean, this was just turned out. I mean, this is very quick too. I mean, there's a 50-minute candles, and so this was turned into a very quick trade. Got rid of some at 1180, some at 1150. The balance at 1150 as it came back down. I was saying in the room, you cannot be in a stock like this and then go away, make some toast, make a sandwich, and come back in 5 minutes, because this can happen, and this didn't take very long. All right, for this to drop like this. Now, who knows? It might come back. It's hard to know. Pixie is the one that kind of surprised me. Pixie. I was in this one twice, actually. This, again, was a pre-market. Saw all the action in the pre-market. Was an earnings play. And so it had all the excitement of it in the pre-market. And I took the first trade right here. I think it was at 405. Just over here. It popped up to 420, and I sold some, and then it came right back down. I got out. Watched it do this. I think I got back into this one at 426, and it popped up to 440. I got out as it came back down. And I honestly thought this was over. I really didn't think, this was going to do anything after that. And I was really surprised. If I'd been a little more astute, I would have probably put an alert right around here. I think I did actually, but I didn't heed it. And then look what happened. I did not get into it on this pop. I know a lot of people in the room did, and more power to them. Really happy for them, because if you got in around here, I mean, that's almost $1 on a $4 stock. So that's just is really, really nice. Looking at it on the daily chart, I mean, we may have a second day continuation. This is a tremendous break on the daily, so we may have a second day continuation on Monday for it. Now, I am in this one, ACRX. A little boring, bit of a boring trade, but there's no reason for me to get out of it right now. It came on the momentum scanner. I got into the trade right, where was it, at 310? Where are you? I think it was at 315 or 310. I think it was at 350. Actually, 313. That's right. I was able to get some in between. The bid ask, look at this. The bid ask was 310, 315 for the longest period. And I kept saying to people, well, you never know. At some point it might pop up a little bit, and it finally has. I probably should have taken some off here, but I'm hanging on just a little bit longer. Again, I'm in around 313. I'm not expecting too much. So I look at the daily chart. I mean, there's the area it could get to, which is about 40 cents away. So, I had a nice day yesterday, and this is just another, maybe a continuation day. So we'll see what happens. But, I mean, obviously a boring trade. But as I said, if I'm up in a trade, though here it was basically flat, I'm not going to get out of it. Even if I were up a couple of pennies on a trade, I'm going to hold it, because you just never know when something like this could happen. You sell it, I sell it here, think, heck with it, and then all of a sudden does this, and maybe even more. So that's why I don't get out of a trade just out of boredom. That is about it. I'm still interested in this GLMD. Kind of botched this trade a little bit. This is one where one of the analysts put a $59 price target on it today. Another analyst put a $35 price target on it today. So it's trading very, very, it's pretty choppy. You can see what's happening. I got into this trade at, decided at 15.15. I held on through this. What happened? This was a real instant flash, and it came right back up. Probably should have got rid of some up in this area here. That was my mistake. Then it came back down. I ended up taking a 20-cent loss on this. Still interested in this one. I wouldn't mind holding even like 100 shares or something, just to see if the craziness can happen, that people really start listening to those two different analysts on their price targets. All right, everybody. Well, that's it. I want to get back into the room. Let me just do something right here. One second. Just going to put this on pause. I'm just looking at the ACRX, wondering if I'm going to get out of some. Just 1 second. No, I think I'll hold it. All right. Well, it's been quite a week. Quite a week. Lots of stuff happening all the time in the room. Again, this is a free trading room, guys. There's no strings attached. We don't ask for a credit card at all. If you're wondering why is it a free room, well, of course, we have some great traders in the room. Fantastic to follow along. I, of course, will make announcements when I'm in trades and all that. But that's not. I mean, that's part of it. But also, of course, I'm showcasing our product, and we don't mind showing what the product can do. I answer questions all day long. But people who are new to the to the product can come in, and we try to support as best we can. But if you're not, if you don't have it and you're watching what we do, and you see the ways in which you can set up the different types of scanners, ultimately we think, somebody's going to say, you know what, I want that program. It's great to follow me or other people, and but you know what, you really should learn how to trade on your own. Figure out a lot of things on your own. Don't just rely on somebody else. Be in the room, of course, because the room is tremendously supportive, and we're always throwing around great ideas, and also different scans. Some of our subscribers say, hey guys, this one's working for me, and we just share it with everybody. So it's just a great resource. All right, well, I hope that everybody has a great weekend. We'll see you in the trading room on Monday, and remember, the test drive. Sign up for the test drive. It's a fantastic way to try out our product. It costs you $1, about $1.78 a day. If you can afford that for 5 trading days, then please sign up for the test drive. All right, we'll see you in the trading room Monday. Bye.